Blue Lock Chapter 272 spoilers and translations dropped early this morning, and I cannot stress enough how action-packed this well-written chapter was. What's going on, everybody? My name is Animasu, and today we'll be taking a look at Blue Lock Chapter 272 spoilers, titled Rock, Paper, Scissors. If you like staying up to date with Blue Lock and would like to support me, please make sure to click that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts, and feel free to join my community Discord to interact with me directly. Without further ado, let's hop into one of the best written chapters of the PXG match. Before we can even get into the intro text, this chapter does happen to bring us a double spread color page and new volume cover of Zantetsu. I'm going to briefly be going over these here at the start, so if you're not interested in hearing that yap, feel free to skip to this timestamp. Anyways, the color page here shows all the Master Strikers and even Ego Jinpachi dressed up all fancy like they're at the Met Gala. Firstly, we see Noah leaning forward in his throne, but we've already seen both him and Loki in the anime, so I don't really care. The real showstoppers are Chris Prince, Snuffy, and Lavinia, who literally look all amazing. Snuffy with orange eyes, Chris with light blue, and Lavinia with purple just fits so perfectly in my opinion. But let me know if you guys expected anything different for their colors or looks. I've also been told over and over how Ego Jinpachi is posed up like light Yagami, so I guess let me continue to spread that agenda. Besides that, all that's left before getting into today's leaks is the new Volume 30 cover with Zantetsu on the front. Sprinting directly towards the viewer, we can firstly see a pinkish red light reflecting on the top right of his page. This more than likely represents Shidou Ryusei and how he's now been tasked with freeing him up, but it also could be Julian Loki or even Shigeri. His shackle and chains however tell a crazier story, as they're quite literally referencing this kid's toy where you match the shapes together. The author took Zantetsu's cover, and let us know that he's still a dumb fuck. I mean, absolutely insane. Make sure to drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the colored page with the Master Strikers, and especially the Volume 30 cover. I'm curious if this changes around any of your volume cover rankings, or you now like one of the Master Strikers less because of the color of their eyes, how they dress. I don't know, y'all are on some weird shit sometimes. As usual, today's chapter starts off with intro text which says, "The peak goal of an egoist, what exists beyond his unconscious mind." The chapter then officially begins with narration from Loki, as he explains how some humans unconsciously open their mouths, leading to their tongue hanging out when concentrated fully. He goes further on to say that some athletes even do so to relax their body and release tension, and fitting enough, the first page is quite literally Michael Jordan, Jose Altuve, and Maradona doing exactly that. With Kaiser then leaping towards Rin as Isagi stands back up, the Destroyer lifts the ball up in the air as Loki jokes about what this egoist really is. Even Noah is seen analyzing Rin from the bench, as this egoist has finally found his true nature. Pages 3 and 4 continue on to show us the matchup between Rin and Kaiser, with one player looking fully concentrated, and the other borderline insane. Rin initiates the first move by doing what seems to be a ball roll or step over, which Kaiser responds to by pushing hard on Rin's shoulder. Whether he was trying to throw off his center of balance or foul him makes no difference, because Rin immediately responds by parrying his arm. Isagi can also be seen getting up from the ground on page 4, as Kaiser legit tells him to stay out of him and Rin's duel. Isagi of course tells him to fuck off and says that Rin is his rival, and we both see him and Kaiser standing as the last line of defense for their team. With Rin caught up in his own mind though, he's finally figured out why he craves to destroy the way he does. It all comes from his deep-rooted desire to risk his life to destroy someone amazing, just as we saw his younger self tell Sai last chapter. Speaking of which, Sai is then once again shown in a flashback, as Rin explains how he threw everything at his brother, and yet now wishes the exact same destruction on Isagi and Kaiser. With Rin then charging towards them with his eye spiral glowing even deeper, our boy is confident that all the conditions are set. All itoshi Rin needs to do now is have the courage to burn to death in exchange for victory. Isagi immediately takes charge by clashing with Rin once more. Meanwhile, Kaiser is staying on the outskirts while using his metavision to track everything. Rin looks extremely frustrated by this, as he wants to destroy them all at once. However, the Emperor just further taunts him by saying that Isagi and his stray dogs are more than enough. Now this stray dog happens to be Alexis Ness, who barges in on page 9 to help Isagi out, with the most insane expression on his face. Ness quite literally one-taps the ball off Rin to send it flying away in the air. Rin of course is monologuing about how he needs to bait Kaiser into more close-range fights and lock in, and although Ness tries once again to bond with the Blue Rose, Michael ends up saying that he doesn't care and is no longer his master. The perspective of the loose ball is then shown from the ground up, as Karasu screams out to PXG while standing right next to Yohiori. Although Ryusei and Kyoragen are closest to its landing spot, Charles ultimately leaps in at the last second to gain possession of this loose ball. He apparently feels like playing the game once again, and although Shidou sprints upfield while calling for a pass, I honestly think Charles could now be motivated from Berserker Rin rather than the Demon. Anyways, with the dual rivalries of Isagi and Rin and Shidou and Kunigami sprinting towards the goal box, neck and neck, the Emperor begins to monologue about his new impossible challenge. Just like Isagi adapted and evolved to beat Rin, Kaiser must now do the exact same thing to steal both of their spotlights and take the main character's seat for himself. Just before the ball could arrive at either striker though, the Emperor Kaiser just flies through the air to header the ball away. Charles of course is annoyed by this, but Michael just tells the demonic duo to get lost while calling them literal side characters. The perspective then switches right back to Isagi though as we get another yap fest, with him analyzing the quality of the field and Rin's play. Apparently he's the only person who can currently handle Rin, which then leads to Kaiser having more freedom to move around. It's an infinite cycle between the three players wanting to crush one another, and we then even see Nanase receive the loose ball here with Corona just behind. Isagi then continues on to say that the balance between these three is so finely matched that when one person stands out, another will crush them. Giving us context for this chapter's title, Isagi says that their power balance operates like a game of rock, paper, scissors. Kaiser handles Rin when he's free, Rin focuses on destroying Isagi, and Yoichi himself is handling both of these fools. With just one mistake or spark of inspiration though, any one of these three players could score the next goal, but clearly it'll be Itoshi Rin. Page 10 then gives us an amazing overhead view of the field and every player's positions, as Isagi has now cracked the code for this upcoming goal. The key piece is a fourth player who will aim to be the main star, which other than Shidou, I think it could be Zantetsu helping out Rin. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen, the new Volume 30 cover has Zantetsu on the front of it, and with him now being tasked with freeing up Shidou Ryusei, he could be the change in tides for PXG. Finally, to complete today's spoilers, the final page shows Kaiser, Isagi, and Rin all glaring at one another with unique eyes. The spiral of destroyers, the flow of an emperor, and the all-seeing eye of Isagi Yoichi. These three egoists all have their own unique goals to destroy one another, and all we can do is hope for Itoshi Rin to bag a screamer within the next 2 to 3 chapters. Sadly, we are on a break before chapter 273, so all that we're left with before that is intro text which says, "A fierce battle to the top. There is only one throne to seek." Do you guys think that Itoshi Rin will score a solo goal, or do you have someone in mind that you'd rather assist him? I honestly am really hoping to see at least one instance of Rin and Shidou working together, or exchanging advice, but that future is looking less likely every day. I honestly expect Charles or Zantetsu to be the fourth player able to kickstart Itoshi Rin's goal, but Rin also could assist Shidou or someone else with his own attempt. After all, he did say he would put everything on the line and die for the sake of victory. But that sadly being the end of today's video, I just want to thank you all so much for supporting the channel. If you enjoy staying up to date with Blue Lock or just enjoy my content, please support the channel by clicking that subscribe button, commenting below your thoughts, and also feel free to join my community Discord so you can interact with me. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be very soon. I also just wanted to inform you guys that my friend Brady Winterbub will be making a Brawlhalla tournament in the Eclipse public Discord very soon, so if you'd like to join that and be involved, make sure to join the Eclipse public Discord down below. This is basically a group channel that me and my friends are working on to post variety content, gaming content, and just show more of our personalities and do kind of videos that we like. By no means will upload slow down on this channel, if anything they'll increase because I'll feel more motivated to work on Blue Lock content when I'm not constantly reading Blue Lock. Like, it's all I do these days is think about Blue Lock.